on 2 p.m. for the next session. Okay, so once again, thank you very much, Dr. Leong, for the exciting sharing session, and also thank you, student who joined the session. Okay, and see you all later.
I've been flipping pages since I could remember. That told me I had to be within the lines of 2 degrees and 9 to 5. And I've been working after work since last September. Working after work, yeah. I stay up late on the weekdays. I never tell when we say.
And all the students will be informed that later on the session, we are also using the same link, which is the same Zoom link to join in. Okay, see you all later.
The hours I've been putting in, so take a chance on faith. Your mind's a bonus, please. So take a chance, a chance on faith. So take a chance on faith. So take a chance. I never wanna look back. Take a chance on faith. Take a chance on faith. I never wanna look back. Take a chance on faith. So take a chance. Take a chance on faith. It's too late now. It's something I never wanna say. I stand my ground. I need to be you. I'm meant to be. Yeah, I don't see it any other way. I know I gotta keep the faith. I never wanna look back and wish I could have been. I'm never gonna regret the hours I've been putting in. So take a chance on faith. Your mind's a balance, please. So take a chance, a chance on faith. So take a chance on faith. So take a chance. I never wanna look back. Take a chance on faith. So take a chance on faith. I never wanna look back. Take a chance on faith. So take a chance on faith. I've been painting every fence I know. Every color bleeds into the same. 'Cause before you go and walk away, yeah, you better know where you're going. You're a wanderer just like me. Yeah, you better know where you're going. I've been painting every fence I know. Every color bleeds into the same.
And stay clear and comfortable. Since our eye and vision are so precious, is any problems about our eyes? Think about it. Is any problem about our eyes? Do you have any eye problems? If there's any, who take care of us? Yes, we need well-trained professional people to take care of our eyes. We all believe The eye are the most beautiful part of our human body, and the vision is the most important body function. And our sense and recognition rely entirely on our brain that's strongly connected with our eye and vision. I'm very lucky, become one of these professional team members. Believe some of you, after my presentation, will make a decision of becoming eye doctor as well. Here I am. I have a clinical practice while I keep very strong research team doing scientific research. And I had great experience of establish the eye hospital that is currently the top one in China. And also I had a great experience of being the president of Wenzhou Medical University. Here I list the human lifeline, make the age point the bottom of the lifeline. And above is the related eye problems around each age point. Whatever healthy you are, you need eye care. So you may not believe, you may not agree with me about this point. For example, I often got a question like that. I have very good vision from childhood, no myopia, no presbyopia, no astigmatism. So I say, yes, congratulations, you are one of very few. But you will be the very person to become early presbyopia. You will hold the book this way at 40s. For example, we hold the book like this way, but you will be like that way. So you will feel very fatigued and sleepy at then. So why our eye seems to have more problems than any other parts of our human body? I will show you a picture. Our eye and the camera. The structure of our eye is like a camera. Or we'd say the camera is an imitated or copy the structure of our eyeball. Let's look at it closer. Our cornea and the crystal lenses are the lens of the camera. The pupil is the aperture, and our retina is like the film of the camera. So the outside object through the lens and the system put the clear image on the retina. And furthermore, the eye sends the retina image to brain, process there, and then become our sense and recognition to the world outside. So again, eye, imaging, processing, and cognition. So this is a finely tuned, life-supported machine, and it works perfectly. So our eye is such comprehensive because it is one of bio organ, while the unique optical organ. So the two features of both bio and optics makes our eye and vision function more, while problems more, and finally challenge us more. See, we have more problems or difficulties or challenges than any other organs in our body. So Wenzhou Medical University kicks off the new project of ophthalmology and optometry higher education. For more than 40 years, Wenzhou Medical University has its leading one in China and impact in this field globally for its innovation and well growth about this high education project. And meanwhile, we have very nice eye hospitals and also exciting researches. They are all in frontier in China, and some are quite at the cutting edge of science in the world. And you may ask why it is Wenzhou Medical University to start this project and make it a leading one. And this is a very question I'm proud of to open this presentation. So here we go. Wenzhou Medical University is one of great medical universities in China, based on its century history. It located in Wenzhou, a very pleasant coastal city, and has very beautiful campuses. And I'm very proud of its excellent faculty and graduates. So Wenzhou Medical College has academy celebrities in its history. One of them was a very famous eye doctor, Dr. Miao. He was an outstanding ophthalmologist and scientist, invented the vein acuity chart, which is still the gold standard for any other current charts. You may not realize that the popular vein acuity chart was originally from our university. He fully understood the optics of eye and set up the laboratory optics in ophthalmology. So at this point, it is the beginning to take shape of new ophthalmology and optometry project. There was an interesting story about how the new idea came from. Dr. Qu Jia, here you see the picture, Dr. Qu Jia and Dr. Wang Guangji, they were very young and contributing faculty then, had once a trip for an academy meeting in Guangzhou. It was in very early years, 1983, when the train was very slow. So this long hour trip saw a free chat among the two young doctors. So before the train reached the destination Guangzhou, a very creative plan was shaped. It means they decided to set up a new school of ophthalmology and optometry in Wenzhou Medical University. So we identify it a milestone in the history. It was a great start in China and in the field of the eye care, and it was also a great start from China to the world. First, the design of this new project of ophthalmology and optometry was very straightforward. First of all, it is medical based. The students are trained in medical school, and the graduates are offered the medical doctor license. And through residency programs, they have the right to be either physicians or surgeons around the eye and vision care service. So the mission for professional job is also very clear as well. It towards the human eyes to improve their vision and to enhance their vision function by using optical lenses, laser, drug, and surgeries. The road of developing was full of difficulties and challenges, but time tells the healthy growth. The then WCO chairman highly praised it a very promising project and entitled it a China model. So what's a China model? I summarized here. This project belong to clinical medicine. Professionals are trained by medical universities or schools. The program integrated ophthalmology and optometry, and 5 years medical undergraduate education plus residency program. Pass the board exam and obtain the qualification of medical practitioners around eye and vision. So you already know that we are having eye hospital, very good eye hospital. So you may ask, how do we think to be an eye hospital and make it an excellent one? And what is it like? Originally, we planned to build eye hospital with very simple goal that we need a clinical base for our students to match the education. But finally, we found the eye hospital is another exciting project that we are building in. I show you the picture. So see the slides? It's not alone an eye hospital now. It is a group eye hospital. And we set up an eye hospital in the year of 1998. 20 years passed. It was designed to integrate two disciplines, including ophthalmology and optometry practice. Today, it has become an outstanding mode and ranked top among all the eye specialist hospitals in China. We have opened 12 branches throughout the country. I will still opening more currently. Because the term of ophthalmology and optometry is long, so we created a very short term, the OPMED, for this integrated program in practice. The new practice of our eye hospital fits this new demanding from the social development. And this is why it grows faster than any other eye specialist hospitals in China. So therefore, many eye institutes follow its practice model. We are very happy to see this and love to offer them the information. One of our eye hospitals' advantage is that we have sub-specialist group accordingly. For example, I listed here, group of cornea specialists, group of retina specialists, group of dry eye, such and such. Currently, we have 24 groups. The doctors have been trained in primary eye care and comprehensive eye care in the first place, and then move to subgroups for specific training. So high standard and very intensive training, and plus we have big patient space and complicated cases. Our doctors have very good command of the clinical or surgery skills. I posted some pictures here for you. One about artificial cornea transplantation. So see the scar and opaque cornea, and after surgery, it was so clear. So the lower part of the picture about the tumor removing surgery. The tumor was in the brain attached to the back part of the eye. So the facility went through the nose to the eye and remove it. We call it an endoscopic surgery, very delicate and very complex. So these are all new treatment or new methodology we develop. Well, how are doing the students in this program? And how about the graduates from this program? I mentioned in the previous slides, first of all, it's medical program in China. So the National University entrance exam is a bar for the students to choose or to be chosen. The students included in this program are I believe are the smartest students because they are in the top 1% high school students. And this program is open to the students in other countries, like you on the line, because there's a special designed pass ticket for foreign students to join in. So you will be very welcomed. And a 5-year undergraduate study and plus 3-year residency as the required training to become a medical license and specialized on eye care. And some graduates might choose one more training on PhD. It is not necessary, but with this intensive research background, you will become much more capable in practice and have much more chance becoming the academy leaders. So in the hospital, almost 1% of group directors are with PhD. How excellent the graduates are depend on two facts. One, we have best students joining this program. We do currently. They are the top 1% when entry. The other fact is that we provide the best training. We offer the best teaching resources, and including the curriculum design and intensive training and a very effective outcome. Before the students enter the eye and vision specific learning, they start in the broad basic general medicine learning at other clinical medical major students. Here is outline of the general medical training around the knowledge, clinical skills, and humanity. We set up a broad base and very rich resource and variety ways to conduct the teaching and learning. In terms of specific professional training, we have a series modules to train our students from know it, do it, and repeat it until be good grip on it. And we cut the exam flow into pieces, one pieces by one pieces, until the students master each pieces and finally can connect them into a flow. Give you an example of eye surgery training. You know, most of eye surgeries are taken under microscope, very delicate skills. The training flow for students just like this. At the very beginning, they do on the model eyes, and then move to a VR, simulate training, and then do internship, web laboratory training, and finally in hands-on practice. So each step, we have regular monitor and guidance to guarantee the quality. And about our graduates, we have almost 4,000 students now, accounting for 1 of 9, means 15% eye doctors in China. Many years ago, my students often ask me, what's the advantage of choosing optometry to be my professional? Today, I can tell you the data that our graduates are scattered all over the country, with a few being very significant figures in their fields. And our data shows the faster they grow, the higher the positions are, and the more they gain comparing to average clinical medical graduates. And why so? We'll say the world is changing. By and large, we have much more developed society and people are having better life. From the bottom timeline, we can see the demanding for vision goes parallel with the development of society. From can see to see clear, see great, and see beyond. So therefore, the eye care profession are required with talent and comprehensive capability. Our design of this new and high education program is just meet this trend, do fit this demanding. So meanwhile, the double okay, so and thank you so much. And our excellent graduates are feeling the best rewarding from what we do for the eye health for the human beings. So far, I give you the full picture of OpenMed higher education eye hospitals. That's not enough. Guess what? About research. No good research, no good academy. I don't know what you suppose research is about. Very boring? I did when I was an undergraduate, but actually it is very interesting. Some research we discovered gave solution to our problems immediately. So now I start to give you an examples about one of problems we are doing on the research about nearsighted myopia. Most of us have a myopia, but how myopia happens? It is something wrong. Is something wrong in our optical system? We do. Myopia is something wrong in our optical system. Here we go. This is a normal eye with normal function. The light focuses on the retina perfectly. You see what happened to the eye? The light, no change, but the ocular lens becomes longer. So the light put the focus before the retina. So this is the myopia. How high the myopia happening among the young kids? I collected 6 research reports and graph here. They all have a like curve to tell the myopia problems. It increased with age. We just say myopia is occurring at teens, significant myopia progression after get the myopia, more high myopia among the young kids. I say high myopia with anxiety. I show the picture here. It's a normal retina picture. It is very beautiful, right? So I show you the pictures. These are pathological myopia, the retina, and with a macular, with a like retina, a macular, and just if we suppose it's like a sheet, it's like a sheet torn and broken. So from the picture, you can tell how bad the pathological myopia was. More pictures about the pathological myopia. I put some English and Chinese here. So retinal atrophy, macular hole. Some of high myopia stay in good vision. However, our research discovered their light receptor cells has been lost. This is what we found. And more worse, according to the WHO definition, the damage is irreversible and cannot return back. So we have 2 research teams working together about myopia, one with background of biology, the other with background optics and engineers. Some of the students joined these 2 teams. We developed some very interesting study about myopia. For example, we set up small animal myopia models. They are chicken, mouse, and guinea pig. And these become standard models for myopia research worldwide. One of challenge about the animal model is the mouse. For example, the mouse, they are very small, but their eyeball is even smaller, just like a mango bean. And we developed a technology series to measure its cornea curve and the diopter myopia, the length of eyeball. So the picture shown here, with our special designed OCT, we can detect the mouse eyeball's length. So it's very interesting. Here are some findings. We found the 2 dopamine receptors in the retina to balance the eye between hyperopia and myopia. And one of the very important findings is sunlight. The sunlight can increase the level of dopamine and balance the 2 receptors. It means suppresses the development of myopia. More findings. I reviewed how the environmental fact work on the retina. I put the picture here. The neural pathway that responses to the fact like near worker or sunlight, and there are responses or intervention responses on the neural pathway. Then we go further with the response retina, and the choroid behind the retina has its blood flow changed. And furthermore, the sclera behind the choroid, which is responsible for the elongation of eyeball, has its extracellular matrix reconstruction. So we make the story after research. Near distance reading or less outdoor induced myopia vision information into the retina, induced disruption of dopamine receptors on the retina, and responded retina induced decreased choroid blood flow, and the decreased blood flow induced scleral hypoxia. The hypoxia induces scleral strongness and remodeling system, then come to the myopia. So we formed the very interesting logic through the research, and published a lot of articles. You may ask, what's significant or value in reality with such kind of findings? They do. Here we go. I use a cartoon to show how practically it works and how important it is. So under the sunlight, this logic is triggered by dopamine on retina increased, and more blood flow on choroid, stronger the scleral fibers, then come out the suppression of myopia onset or development. So this basic findings provides a strong scientific evidence for the outdoor activities. And meanwhile, I listed here 4 clinical researches. These studies were conducted in different countries, different regions, but with the same outcome. This is a clinical study compared with the students. Some with more extra outdoor activities, some just keeping the regular study and outdoor activities, and the students with more outdoor activities and workers with less myopia onset. So laboratory study plus clinical study came into one conclusion. So myopia study is never simple. The outdoor story is just one part. So I give you another part. About the orthokeratology, you may all heard about this. The orthokeratology, we simply call it OK lens, can reduce some degree of myopia. The principal OK lens is designed to flatten the cornea, and the kids wear it overnight sleep and then have a good vision during the daytime without glasses. We never realized that the OK lens study gave a birth to one of the myopia control mechanism. With the time, the study found the OK lens have some impact and become less ocular axis elongation compared to the control group who wear regular glasses. It means it slowed down the progression of myopia. So is there any new mechanism? When we trace back to the past animal study, there are 2 studies, one on the monkey, the other on the chicken. The findings are very complicated, so I just used a cartoon to show the simple principle. Here we go. The light come and focus on the retina. It's a perfect image, and the brain takes it granted and stays silent. At the same time, the light came and focused on the peripheral, a little bit behind the retina. Now the challenge to the brain, listen to the central, stay silent, or listen to the peripheral to adapt it to it. Guess what? It chooses listen to the peripheral, elongation to adapt to it. So the peripheral image is taking the lead role for adaptation responses. If so, we make the peripheral light focus before the retina. That adaptation will move forward. Although the research findings did not show it's moved forward, but it found to stop the elongation. We set up the clinical facility to test if it happens so during orthokeratology processes, and we found it's true. It proved true that during the orthokeratology process, when the central focus on the retina, the peripheral light focus before retina, myopia slowed down. So far, the laboratory study further improved the theory that the clinical evidence come to accept the image effect on the myopia. So if this principle keeps true, we can use the principle to the regular soft contact lenses, spectacles, even reflective surgeries. And we can make it. So the meantime, we do the clinical study, and the study proved it works as well in myopia control. So the research is a lot of fun, isn't it? In addition to the exciting myopia study, here I show you, because I keep telling you that the most smartest students keep choosing the eye doctor or eye scientist as the professional. So here I show some work done by my students. This is a picture my students took. Guess what is it? Star or cell? They are the cells. They are the cone cell. I'll show you more picture. So they are the finest cell and a very sensitive cell in our retina. It's a cone. And here we go, the full picture of our retina. So my students develop a facility to take any fine tissues or cells from the eyes. So I'm very proud of them. Here my students and the facility they develop, and this research work is extremely hard but full of fun. More pictures my students take, and these pictures will review the cornea, the lens, the angle, the eyeball lens, and the retina. In terms of whatever, it means whatever problems happen where the detecting point 2 and all the picture resolution can be fine as 2 3 μm. And the technology is always in the status of art and keep update model. And it's oriented to give the solution of clinical problems. For example, this is a front section of the lens, and this is the retina that we keep the real-time picture. And for the dry study, we need to, our facility developed to detect the tear layer in front of the cornea, and how we do it. We made it. We can detect it alive, get the shot, and define the important parameters for measurement. And these measurements became the diagnosis testers, makes the diagnosis process more objective, accurate, and non-invasive. One more picture about our wonder of the lens. See the picture? Our eyes have amazing function that we can see far and near at the same time because we have a wonderful system of accommodation. So see the tree and lenses changes. Okay. So we set up a real-time measurement of the accommodation, revealing the function and detecting our accommodation as the changes of the lenses and the changes of the muscles. Here, the picture we develop. And meanwhile, we have talent and engineer students support us to get the quantity detecting system, high resolution picture, real-time imaging, and AI reading and graphing. So they are doing wonderful job. So summary, our eyes are unique organ with both features of bio and optics. The delicate degree of our eyes is beyond our imagination. With the technology developed, we can learn more about our eyes and its connection to the light, to the brain, and to the recognition. The more we learn, and the more mystery and the wonder we realize our eyes. And meanwhile, the demanding increase for eye and vision from the human being are becoming larger and increased. In addition to the traditional part of eye care, new part of eye care needs more nice eye doctors. So before bringing the talk to the end, I wish you know more about our eyes and vision for ourselves and for our family. And furthermore, I here welcome you to be part of the eye care professional world. And thank you very much. Thank you and for the technician to keep the line very smart. And I would like to take any questions you have. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I saw some questions. A few, some. I saw one question in the question asking if the undergraduate background is not medical based, it's a science based. Can such kind of graduates can be allowed to enter the program of eye care in our university? I tell you that it can, but it cannot be a enter the program or master degree or PhD degree. You can be allowed to become a scientist on vision and eye. Okay. Okay, that's very interesting question. So the question is it true eating carrots every day can improve our eyesight vision to a better level? I can tell you carrots is one of necessary nutrition among whole vegetable family, but it's not directly to improve vision. No direct connection with improved level. One more question. What's your opinion on the development of ophthalmology education in the future? Ophthalmology is one part of general medical world. It definitely go with general medical development at the same time. With the world of society getting rich, the population well educated, the demanding for the medical care is of course increasing than any other professional field. And if we combine the ophthalmology and optometry into the discipline, the demanding will be much greater. One more question is, what are the qualities needed to become a researcher of ophthalmology and optometry? In addition to the general training background, like undergraduate of either science or medical, I think keep the curiosity and the passion for this discipline is the most important. One more question. As you just mentioned, the patient with high myopia are vulnerable to a lot of fundus complications like macular hole. So I'm wondering, and how do we prevent those complications as soon as possible if it has adequate frequency of taking ophthalmic test? I agree with you. Our suggestion divide into two. The first part is diagnosis as early as possible and keep follow up to detecting any subtle changes of the retina. For example, like retinal peripheral atrophy, that we can use some approaches to do the protection thing. For example, laser to heal the atrophy as early as possible. And the other is, for example, like teenager, their myopia progression is very faster. So we can take some methodology like of orthokeratology, like special designed spectacles to slow down the progression. I think this is we call it a myopia interventive approaches. One very good question about nowadays students mostly have an online class which they focus on the computer for such long period. The 2020 rules are not that ideal to practice as concentration 10 to 4 on lecture. Is there any other suggestion for them to take care their eyesight? 2020 laws, are we advocating this as a methodology, as a ways for among the students? To one of the ways. I think the other way is using the screen, because like iPhone, the screen is too small. We used to put it closer. So I suggest the students to take the big screen. For example, iPad is better than the iPhone. Like computer, the bigger one than the iPad. Like projected screen is much better because this will keep our watching distance longer than the regular ones. Time's up. Okay, thank you so much for your question, and I hope here welcome you to join us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Professor Lufan. Before that, there's one last question, which is he asked that, is it true that the blue light proof glasses can protect our eye?
Because there's a rumor that blue eye will damage our retina, so there's a lot of facility or products on the market. But based on the current research, there's some article reporting that based on the laboratory study, some blue light will do the damage to the cells of the retina. But in general, so far, we do not have adequate evidence to say the blue light among the sunlight have the damage to our retina. So according to the current information, no.
Okay, so thank you, Professor Lufan, for the exciting sharing session today. So I believe our students have learned a lot from you. So once again, thank you very much. And also thank you, students who joined this session. So now, all students, please kindly turn on the camera for the group photo session. Yeah.
Can we turn it off?
Professor Lufan, there's a group photo session. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so for students who cannot open the camera, you can press the reaction button and give me a thumbs up. Okay, so ready? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, ready? In 3, 2, 1. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, I'm going to page 2. So student, once again, give me a thumbs up. Okay, ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wonderful job.
Okay, done. Okay, so once again, thank you, Professor Lufan, and also thank you,